Welcome back to another episode of the How Powerful series. Now, before beginning, I think I should name this something else because How Powerful sounds kind of generic. But last time, we talked about exactly how powerful was Zack Saturday. So I think along that note, we'll keep pushing the line. And today we ask the question, how powerful is Rex Salazar? Having been on this channel before, we know that Rex is gifted with the power of technomancy as his Evo mutation. This allows Rex to at will transform into various high-tech constructs from jetpacks to guns to cyber legs or hands. Rex can manipulate every part of his body in theory. Now I know I've already said it, but if you'd like a small recap on exactly how Rex got his powers and haven't seen the episode, go watch it on the first episode of Generator Rex Unveiled to get a deeper look into Rex's background. Beginning, Rex was one of the original Evos to be created and first to receive nanites due to a tragic childhood accident. Rex's life was permanently altered. To save his life, his parents, Violet and Raphael, decided Rex should receive one of the first control batches of nanites. This backfired and caused many of the scientists to still agree it shouldn't have been done. Later, after losing his memories, young Rex's cells go haywire, resulting in him transforming into a massive robot and laying waste to a small Latin American town, in response to which, a much younger Agent 6 and White are deployed to stop him, ultimately resulting in Rex's work as a living weapon by Providence. Prior to gaining the Omega Nanite, Rex has had several base mechanical forms, such as the Smack Hands, which as the name suggests were gigantic mechanical hands, which were one of Rex's go-to forms, as he's seen not only destroying large buildings, but also blocking laser fire, and they're even durable enough to restrain other powerful Evos. The Punk Busters, which were literally the Smack Hands but for Rex's legs. The BFS, aka Big Fat Sword, we all know what they were trying to say, which was a blade Rex uses that extends far past his own reach. The last of Rex's outright offensive forms come from the Slam Cannon, a weapon in which Rex forms a cannon that he can fire off whatever material he's compacted at such high speeds it is capable of knocking out a skyscraper-sized Evo. For Rex's last forms, we have the Boogie Pack, his signature turbine-powered jetpack, and the Rex Ride, which serves as his form of mobility and transportation. Later on, Rex develops other forms by receiving the Omega Nanite, like the Funchucks, the Block Party, and Blastcaster, all of which appear with a typical blue glow from the Omega Nanite. Now, in terms of scaling Rex outright in his stats, we have to see he's been enhanced in several ways outside of just technomancy. First, we have to note that with said technomancy, Rex has an astronomical advantage over any mechanical foe, as he's shown hacking and shorting out countless electronics and robots. Rex's mind is also like that of a supercomputer, despite his brute force way of life. Rex fires the Slam Cannon with trigonometry level mathematics, reminding me somewhat of how Captain America is able to throw his shield at various locations, all of which getting the internal timing and positioning key. In this ability alone, Rex is incredibly dangerous. He is shown being able to crash warships. He has confronted supercomputers like Zaggar-S, and once again, amongst all other things, Rex can create a massive variety of constructs. Even later in the series, we see Rex has overcome the limit of one machine at a time. Though it's evident, he can't use abilities that conflict with each other, such as using the Rex Ride with the Punk Busters, or using the Big Fat Sword with the Funchucks. Wait a minute. Now, in terms of Rex's durability, it's kind of confusing. Sometimes it's almost like he's immortal. The Omega Nanite has revived Rex from drowning, and his nanites are shown to subconsciously protect him even when he's not awake. We can't be certain if the Omega Nanite could bring Rex back from the actual pearly gates, but it's to speculate. He's shown taking devastating blows from Evos who could easily level a city. The Smack Hand has even been shown to tank the corrosive spray of another Evo, which melted the ground beneath it. Rex's nanites reinforce him at an atomic level, being able to weed out toxins in his blood, rendering them almost useless. Rex is oftenly crashed from airplane level heights, sometimes on purpose or sometimes from unfortunate circumstances, but the most notable is seen in his debut fight against the massive skyscraper-sized Evo. Rex has a clear affinity for electricity, likely due to the fact that, he's a walking assembly line, but Rex was casually wombo comboed by being frozen in place and being hit with a literal bolt of lightning. He's been shown repeatedly being shot by an electric type Evo and casually shrugs off energy bolts that would fry an average human's body. While not easily viewable, Rex's speed and reflexes allow him to catch missiles fired at nearly point blank range, And although it's not sure if from speed or if Rex mathematically knew the weapon trajectory to be able to not only halt the force of a rocket's propulsion, but direct it. A rocket moves around 117 meters a second. That increases up to 294 meters per second when the rocket assist engages. Now for a little more math. 294 meters per second comes out at roughly 657 miles per hour, bringing Rex's potential reaction speed close to breaking the sound barrier. And also to note that Rex transformed into the smack hands in that same time frame, even snatching the missile clearly at a different trajectory. Being trained by Providence's best Agent 6, it's clear Rex has an above average combat skill level. Rex has gone blow for blow with a great variety of foes and survived. From the Abyss's incarnate, Van Cleist, who controls nanite-rich soil, clashing directly with incredibly strong Evos, whether giant or small intelligent types like the leader of the Bug Jar, No-Face, or the mutant cyborg werewolf, Bio-Wolf. Man, that guy really just feels like someone just mashed 3 sci-fi genres together. This list extends, tangling directly with the interdimensional Breach, whom is casually one of the most broken characters in cartoons, as she literally made her own pocket dimension to keep everything nice and shiny. Rex has even clashed with your favorite transforming teenager, Ben Tennyson. And in their battle, it's clear that they were about even. Granted, Ben didn't bust out Alien X, but I think it's kind of cheap to always resort to Alien X as saying Ben could beat anybody. Now, despite all that, Rex does have some key weaknesses. Rex's machines are tied to his biometrics, meaning if he cracks under pressure or is otherwise placed under extreme stress, his machines will fail. This happens with less and less frequency as the series goes on, but never abates completely. By the end, it took a shapeshifter fucking with his head to cause this, but at the beginning, it could be caused by the fear of disappointing Six, or the pressure of not being able to get his girl. Speaking of which, I haven't really taken the time to talk about Cersei because, first minute she's just like, I'm a beautiful golf girl, and then all of a sudden she's like alien. Rex is limited by the amount of nanites in his body. If he runs out, he can't make more machines. This is solved, however, by the Omega-1 nanite, which can produce more nanites. If Rex cures too many Evos too quickly, he needs to offload the nanites, which is a nitpick weakness and not technically combat linked. And Rex's machines also make him sink like a rock. However, the Boogie Pack can maneuver underwater. I would say Rex's biggest weakness is possibly his smash first, ask questions later's attitude. Rex often pushes himself into situations that without his allies, he wouldn't come out. Shown when he's been isolated from Bobo and Six and had no hope of defeating Van Cleist if Providence had came and saved him. It's simple to see that in terms of destructive power, especially if Rex unlocks his massive robot form, he is capable of destroying a large city and possibly a nation, at best. Sadly, as the majority of his abilities require physical combat, it should be noted that Rex is capable of dealing and taking an incredible amount of damage. Ultimately, it is Rex's own mind state that most heavily affects his abilities, which in terms of battle strategy isn't solid enough to make Rex a threat to any larger metahuman level opponent. And with that, we answer the question of how powerful is Rex Salazar. Now guys, I want to know, who do you think is so powerful that they should be mentioned on this? And I also like to know why you haven't liked and subscribed to this channel, because we're almost at 400 subscribers and we're not gonna stop until we reach a number that satisfies the aching pains in my heart. Okay, never mind.